So while I was looking for furry hentai games on itch.io, I found this game. This game is meant to be like a Resident Evil type game about reviving your dog. So like, it looks pretty cool. It looks nice. I decided, you know what? I'll try it. It's $1. But then I found out that this guy was actually doing a bundle with all the games for $3. So I decided, you know what? This just means more content, so I bought the bundle. So this is the first game, and it's called Revive. So the game starts out with a title screen with a dog, and this actually looks really nice. I really like the title screen. I think it's actually pretty cool. So yeah.
Doctor said you get used to not having it, but it didn't go as easy. I did everything I could to calm down, but it didn't happen. When I was child, my grandfather told me that the Holy Spirit can revive the dead. But my mom was that future ahead towards so it is much more difficult for me for that kid because I can't manipulate it. I have to bring him out of the grave.
So, yeah. I actually like voice acting. I think voice acting is very cool, and I think it's great this game is voice acting. But the movement and camera sensitivity in this section is absolutely horrible. The 3D isn't the best, and the animation's kind of bad, but
This is the kid's grave.
this was made by, like, 3 people, so, like, I can kind of give it a little bit of slack, though it still really breaks the immersion a lot, and the character looks really out of place. I'd say this game gets 100 good boy points for having, audio, but I'm not giving it anymore right now. Also, as I said, the movement and the camera is absolutely horrible. The sensitivity, the movement is actually really bad, and it's really annoying, and they gotta fix this, man. The movement is, bad. Like, real bad. I think the best way to explain this game is it's like it's like those Unity projects that people make for like the first time, and like they haven't really learned everything, and they're doing something way too big for their skills, and I think that's kind of explains what this is. Also, I hate to be like this, but please do like and subscribe if you're liking the video. I really appreciate it, and so I can make more videos like this. So, yeah, let's get back to the amazing gameplay. I will have to say, that was a pretty fire intro. I actually really enjoy it. Now, this game's kind of trying to do, like, the camera style of, like, Resident Evil, but, like, the early Resident Evil games, but I feel like it's more taking inspiration from Silent Hill, because Silent Hill would have this weird thing where they would have set camera angles, but they also followed the character, and I feel like they're trying to do that, which I don't have anything against. I think it's actually kind of cool, but, yeah. So yeah, we pick up an eye. Very weird, but yeah. Oh, and also there's a door, and we have to find a key for that. So yeah. I will say this is kind of following the method of like your average Resident Evil game, and I kind of like it. And also, door animations, very cool. I'm actually gonna give this another 100 goodbye points because I really like this. This game is taking a lot from Resident Evil, like even the typewriter and having an ink ribbon. And I guess you only have one. Also, by the way, in this game, you never get any other ink ribbons. You only ever get one save. Then again, the game is only like 30 minutes, so it doesn't actually really matter. And yes, this does have an inventory system, but you're given a lot of inventory slots, which kind of makes sense because you're carrying around a really big bag, but it also makes the game really easy. Also, we have a shopkeeper, which I think shopkeepers are really cool. Like, Resident Evil 4 has an amazing shopkeeper. He's very fun to talk to. And we can use our eyes to buy stuff. Then again, they make this stuff really cheap in this game, so basically you don't really need to collect much. And also, this key is literally just a straight-up just rip-off of Resident Evil. They have the exact same key. But I'll let it slide. It's fine. I'm gonna give this another 50 good boy points for having,
Your prayer has been heard.
So, yeah, we have a gun. By the way, the shopkeeper is basically the person who sells you all the items you really need for the whole game, which I don't have anything against, but I think I find it more fun when games, make you explore for items. Instead, this game just kind of just, like, lets you buy all the items you need at the store, which I think kind of makes the game less interesting, I'd say. Now, I will be truly honest, this wasn't very scary. And also, we encounter our first zombies here, which they make this annoying sound that is repeated, and I wouldn't call this scary, I just call this really freaking annoying. It pisses me off. But, on the upside, using the guns is actually really fun, and it actually feels like an actual gun. I actually really like this, so this gets another 100 good bite points, because I think something that makes a good game is good combat. Also, by the way, you can't reload your gun in the menu or anything. Like, that's not an option, which is really weird because the original Resident Evil games let you reload your gun. But they just don't let you do this in here. You just can't. It's like not an option, which I find really stupid. I really feel like, yeah. I will say these set camera directions are kind of shit. They make some really weird lighting, and they make it really hard to see doors that you can go through. I kind of think they should have fixed it. I feel like the lighting is kind of bad in this game, and I'm just being truly honest, it is. And yes, they use green herbs just like the original Resident Evil 1 game does, which is kind of weird. I feel like these games are stealing way too much. I feel like this game's kind of stealing way too much from Resident Evil, but it is original and it has its own kind of story, so I'll let it slide. Another problem is that exploring houses doesn't really do anything. All you really get is ammunition and health, which is already pretty abundant in this game. It kind of feels kind of useless, and you don't really get any key items or any real secrets. You kind of just explore the houses for the sake of exploring the houses, which I find kind of stupid. So I'm actually just gonna skip. I think I'm actually just gonna skip to something more relevant in this game. So yeah. So this now we find this door. And when we click on it, we need a pickaxe for it. And I remember that there's a pickaxe in the shop. So we do a little bit of backtracking to the shop to get our pickaxe. Something I often also have to say is that I feel like they made this game way too easy. The combat is really simple and is really easy, and you do a lot of damage. You can find a lot of ammunition, and the items at the shop are really cheap, so you can basically just stock up really early in the game. And like, it's not. I really wish they put more. I really wish they made it a bit more difficult, or added a bit more or added a bit more like strategy. Like in this you basically feel unstoppable. Like it's like you get you get items and abilities. You get like items and stuff really easily. It's like, yeah. And also you get this knife, which like it's kind of useless because you have so much ammunition for your guns, and you already get the pistol at the start that you basically don't need the knife. Like, you basically just don't need it, like, at all. And yet you have it. And it feels really stupid to have a knife, but yeah. You can get the knife, but it doesn't really do anything.
Our Lord provides.
Like, as you see, I can basically just afford everything now, and I still have eyeballs. And I will tell you, you will never use these again. So, I just have a lot of items that, like, a lot of eyeballs that I don't need.
Take care, my son.
Now this area is actually pretty cool. It's like this cave system, and it is actually really nice, and I actually really like it. So this is getting another 100 good boy points for a really cool scenery. Also, yeah, for some reason we lost our flashlight. I don't know how that happened or why we just don't have it anymore, which I find really weird. I don't know if that was on purpose or if that was just like a glitch or something. I hope it was on purpose. If it was a glitch, that would be absolutely horrible. Also, I have to say, amazing scenery. This is really cool. And also, by the way, the shotgun one-shots all enemies. Like, it does. Basically, there's no reason to use the pistol anymore, because the shotgun, you get enough ammunition for it, and also one-shots enemies. So, yeah. It's basically just the better weapon now. But, it's still cool. I feel like this is nice, but there's one little problem. The game will do these weird things where it tells you to climb, even though you're on steps. And I feel like that was coded into the game as a... I feel like he didn't choose which parts you climb. He just coded that kind of like idea into the game when there's something steep. And I think like that's the problem. That's basically just like... It's basically making you have to climb over these very normal stepping steps. And that really pisses me off. It's not nice, but... It's alright. I guess a lot of games like this have glitches like that, and I can kind of look past it. This section is also very linear. You just walk through this cave system where there's no real detours or paths. I feel like this game's really linear, and I feel like that is kind of a problem because it's kind of nice to explore these kinds of worlds and to have a lot, because like the Resident Evil games would have a lot of places to go and move and you find items and stuff. This game's very linear and you don't really have to do much of that, and it's just kind of like, it's just kind of sad, but like it's still a cool experience, and I think I think they could make something much better and much better out of this. Also, another great scenery. It's pretty ominous, and I actually really like it, so just because of this and how nice it's presented, I'm giving this another 50 goodbye points. I find it kind of annoying that they don't have voice acting for this, because I feel like voice acting for these sections would actually be really cool, but they just didn't, which I'm kind of sad by. I wish there was more voice acting. Another thing is, like, so you've revived your dead dog, and now you're running out. And also, by the way, all of these dead people and zombies just immediately appear as kind of like a last stretch of the game. But the shotgun's so good that you basically can just absolutely shred through these zombies. I got absolutely molested here, but yeah. Also another thing that's kind of annoying is that they never explain why there's zombies here. Like, at least Resident Evil has a reason for there to be zombies, but this just doesn't. They're just there, which is just kind of annoying, and I kind of don't like that. Also, the damage animations are really goofy, and your shotgun is actually really fun to shoot, and it actually blows up their heads most of the time, which is really funny. Now, a stupid thing with this game is that it has a lot of walls that are meant to stop you from going places. That there are all these walls making it impossible to go up this ramp. And the thing is that you actually were meant to go up this ramp, but since I wasn't able to move, I thought I wasn't meant to go up there, and I ended up just backtracking back, and I ended up just wasting time. And then I tried again, and then like much later, I finally got through it. So I'm just gonna skip to when I got through it. Also, amazing music. This is actually really good, so you get another 100 good boy points. So my final thoughts on the game is it was actually pretty fun. The gameplay was good. The presentation and the 3D art wasn't as good. I feel like they could do much better in the future if they do make it a second game, and I can't wait to play it. So that was pretty fun. I actually kind of liked it. And the amount of good boy points this game got was 600. Congratulations. So yeah, that was pretty fun.